Hello, everybody, and welcome to the finale of Gran Turismo 4. In the last episode, I'm assuming I did a voiceover over one of the events I decided to do over these last few episodes. And in this episode, I am doing a normal episode, just me sitting down, recording, playing the game, trying to commentate over it. And as I'm sure you can see, I'm choosing a car that we haven't driven in the series before, even though I probably could have. That's mainly just because of the event I'm going to do for this episode, which is in the extreme events, second one on the list, Dream Car Championship. It's 10 races, all uh, fairly long, and it just requires you to have a pretty fast car, honestly. It has no restrictions, nothing like that, and I figured just one extreme event would probably be the best way to end off this series, especially something called the Dream Car Championship, right? As you can see right here, we have a few LM race cars, but nothing too major. Although I probably should have picked something a bit slower than what's it called, like a race car like this. This is probably the slowest one I had available, but I didn't want to really, I wanted to showcase something a bit like this, nothing really too major. Starting off on Opera, which is a very interesting pick because Opera is very a weird track. I guess just to start off with commentary, this is it. This is the finale, at least as far as I plan on doing this far. As much as I planned or wanted to do as much of the series as I possibly could, I think it's about time I wrapped it up and called it here. So, yeah, this will be the last episode, which is why I wanted to save something called the Dream Car Championship. I feel like it sounds like as much of a conclusion as the Gran Turismo World Championship does. I think that as much as I like doing this series, I definitely could not have. Okay, I don't know what I did there. I definitely could not have planned that I was going to just keep it going for as long as I have. I probably should have expected it, considering I was only doing one upload a week, but I think overall, like, what's it called? Just kind of keeping this series going for as long as it did kind of burned me out. So that's why coming back to it, I'm kind of warm to the idea of coming back to it at some point. Even now, really coming back to it, I've been enjoying it for the most part. I've liked coming back to Gran Turismo before and just kind of recording episodes again. But it's not a series I'd like to come back to at any point. It's definitely a series that I think has gone on for just a bit too long, really. And I think there's a good stopping point here. If I do come back to this, hopefully the save file won't be gone, so I can just continue where I left off. If I ever decide to come back to it, mainly just because I think it'd be interesting to come back, but it definitely would be time consuming. Definitely would be time consuming to actually have to do these long events, but I'm sure if I ever do come back to it, I'll just know that what's it called? Just know that it's gonna be long. I'm sure I'll remember how long some of these events were towards the end. Anyways, I'm sure you can tell right here, or just by looking at the HUD, tire wear and fuel consumption's on, so you have to worry about gas, but probably won't be enough to make you worry too much, just because these races probably don't go on for long enough to actually make it too much of a concern. I think I did pick a very fast car for this event, but I think I probably should have went with something just a bit slower, a bit more of a challenge, but I think honestly kind of having like a victory lap kind of event ended up on the good thing here. Nothing too difficult, definitely insanely, you know. And I have to say, this is my first time actually doing this event, so definitely interesting. come in here and see that that's basically like it's a total, very much just kind of like a kind of difficult event, nothing like too crazy, like Japan GT Cup was or something like that, that where you have like a specific kind of car, or, well, I mean, it doesn't require it in many ways, but you get what I mean. Like, it's not very like open like this one is, where you can kind of just bring in whatever car you want. I was debating for this episode bringing in the Minolta, which is the fastest car in the game, but I decided against it, mainly just because it would have been just like, I don't know, I wouldn't feel right to kind of just breeze over this event that easy. I want to kind of enjoy the event a little bit, even if this car is like faster than what's it called, faster than anything literally, anything I can think to actually get in this event. I'm pretty sure it's just way faster. Yeah, it's just kind of not like it's necessarily very easy. It's just kind of like actually what I'm talking about. This is very easy. It's very much free, like walking part right now. I didn't want it to be like the Minolta where it was just like a minute, and it was probably like a lap by now. I want to just take some time to enjoy the last time I probably touched this game for a while. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't imagine myself playing this game for a very long time, especially kind of continuing with the save file that I have. But if I ever want to actually like continue the Let's Play of this specifically, or like revisit it, yeah, I'll probably just like continue from here where I left off. If the save file gets corrupted, I'll probably just redo the whole thing. But I imagine a lot of things are probably could have done better for this Let's Play. A lot, but I don't think it was too crazy. Anyway, so probably get back to talking about the race, because that is right now. Easy, but about it. Mainly just because I chose the car. I chose the Audi R8 to go in with. I wanted to choose something that we hadn't seen before, just kind of ended off on a new car that I hadn't shown off yet. And I think this is probably the best option. But I don't know why I thought it was the best option, really. I think it was just because it's a race car, just not like the fastest thing I have in the inventory or in my garage, so not necessarily like it's like super broken. It's just broken. Super. Very much something that was easy. But I will say the fact that Opera is such a like tight, like very much what do you call it? Very tight, closed track, I guess, is what would make it pretty difficult to actually drive this thing to its full potential on, just because it's heavily elliptic straights or wide turns, and kind of just has to break it more to Paris's track here. One last lap, still ahead. I don't imagine I can lose my lead that I have right now, unless I mess up like horrendously. Yeah, unless I mess up horrendously, I don't imagine that I'll actually I'll lose my lead. But I will say my tires are pretty shredded on the back, but that's not really like, it's not as bad as it could be, right? It could be red tires, which is basically uncontrollable. Definitely is not the worst. Alright, so I think just to end off the first race, I think it's a pretty good sign that we'll be able to take this home easy. Nothing too major, nothing really that bad. Yeah, just like close it off. Very easy, very easy. And that's pretty much how the rest of this event's probably gonna end up going. It's a lot of like tracks you wouldn't really see all that much in terms of like early or even like mid game events. It's definitely more like late game tracks and like sorry about that stretching. Definitely stuff that's a little bit more out there. R246 is definitely something you will see a lot, but the reverse variant not so much. Just the one we're driving on, and it's 4 laps of let's go up the reverse variant, so it's not too long. Very weird though. This track is actually like going to be end up being shorter in terms of total like time on the track rather than Paris, the last one. Very weird. Of course, it's going to be shorter if I end up doing that. Just keep bouncing into the walls. I'm sure I can probably get a shorter time in early and main road. Yeah, I think it's interesting that this track specifically is like 4 laps. This track is not like super long compared to Opera. I'd imagine Opera is actually probably longer just because the twists and turns didn't exactly let me get too much speed on straightaways. Back. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get back to the episode. Actually, hold on. Wait a second. I need to check if I'm actually recording, so I'll be right back. Yep, I was. Okay. No need to worry about it. I got so caught up in just making sure the video would come back that I just didn't notice if I was paused or not in terms of recording, but I was, so nothing to worry about. I think it's interesting. Yeah, like I said, I think it's interesting that this is shorter in terms of lap count than Opera was, because Opera is, you know, like I said, tight corners, can't really drive on straights too much. Not as many wide turns like this, where I can just kind of take it full speed and not really worry about it too much. Nothing like that really. Very interesting choice here, but it's not like I'm complaining really. I think the sooner I can kind of knock out this event, the better, just because, you know, like, I'm not really trying to record for too long. I had other things I was planning on recording today, so I kind of want to not breeze through or like kind of brush off GT4. I want to be sure I can get it off in a good fashion. Is what I want to do. I want to make sure I can end off the series well. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as if I like ended it off on the Gran Turismo Championship, because that's like better for rolling and stuff like that. What's it called? We used like special like Moon Over the Castle variant of credits. What's it called? That cover car and stuff like that. obviously it's not going to be as good as ending if I decided to end it off there. I think this stock is just one last event to just sit down for and play through. Just kind of show me playing the game again rather than just having a bot do it or me voicing over it. Like me playing it while I was extremely tired. It's kind of the game again, really. Although, with that being said, I don't know if I'll ever revisit this game specifically or even Gran Turismo for the channel. I think this series definitely kind of should have taught me some things that I needed to learn about multiplaying instead of just like game choice. Because as much as I love this game, I don't think it's exactly let's play or very good let's play material. I mean, it's good for sure. Like it's definitely like there's a lot to cover. We talk about a lot of cars and stuff like that, a lot about the tracks and the secrets, the details, all that. I just wouldn't really. I think this project was a bit too ambitious for me, but who knows? Maybe in the future, if I ever decide to come back to Let's Playing, or not back to Let's Playing. If I ever decide to come back to Gran Turismo 4, I'll see if I evolve from it. If I could actually give this series, I guess, some of the justice it deserves. Because I'm proud of it, but like I know I could have done better in terms of like actually recording, getting episodes out, editing, stuff like that. I feel like being able to work on other projects while this one was going on definitely helped me kind of evolve. But I think for sure it could have been better. So I think that's probably one of the main takeaways for this whole Let's Play is that I could have done better, but that's what the future's for. There is Carol's second lap, second race down here. And then let's go ahead and kind of get to our third race here. I don't remember any of the tracks at all because I kind of just went into this event kind of. I went in blind first of all, but I didn't even bother to look at the track list. So, I mean, I guess there's that. So, Deep Forest, 5 laps of Deep Forest Raceway. That's kind of short as well. Not that I'm really complaining too much. I want to drive like 20 laps of a single track. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Anyways, go ahead and start this off. Anyways, I guess we'll talk about the cars that are actually our opponents. The XJ220 LM car is one that I've never seen in the game before. Same thing with the RX-7 LM race car. I've seen that Subaru in the game before. This Ford GT that's made to look like the GT40, the original one, I've seen that before in the All-American Championship. And then you just have the current car right here in front of us. Yeah, there was a cover car right there. Obviously, we've seen that car before. It's been kind of sitting there in the game for a while, but we haven't seen it in action. Especially as an opponent rather than me actually just driving it, but you know, that's just how it is. You know, the game barely likes to throw any of like different opponents at you, so actually seeing cars here, it's interesting. I think this one's gonna end up being like, I'd say the longest event. I'm pretty sure Opera still is longer, but it's probably gonna end up being only like 5 minutes for this. It's interesting, really. I would have expected the extreme events to be like at least longer, right? In terms of like not track choices, but like lap count, because I figured that longer lap counts just means higher playing. And I feel like these events are like professional events in terms of length here. As in, they're just kind of like a few minutes per race. Although to be fair, this is the first half of the championship, so I don't know exactly if it's going to end up changing in the end. Stay the same, or if it's gonna just kind of be in between, where it's like half and half, long races, short races. I don't know. But so far, they've been pretty much all short races, so I'm kind of interested to see what else this that's going to throw at me. I think I saw one track that was very interesting because I don't think that we've ever seen it in this Let's Play. That's going to be interesting to actually see a new track in the final episode of this whole series. Definitely interesting, but nothing to worry about. Because these last few races have been an indicator of anything. I'm pretty sure I'll just end up like crashing into walls, but I'll be able to like catch up a chance in time. I need some water. I'm gonna go grab a bottle of water after this race, so I'll kind of be back in a little bit. So I'm gonna grab a bottle of water, probably chug it, just like what do you call it? Go from there, really just need to hydrate. Anyways, I'm surprised fuel consumption is up here. Fuel consumption is such a little thing, especially in terms of events that are races that are like this short here. It's only like a few minutes worth of driving. The tires barely wear out enough to where you'll actually be able to not control the car. And then the fuel just goes down so slowly that you're barely able to notice that it's gone. It's gonna be like 1, maybe 2 bars where the fuel is gone. Nothing major, really. And I mean, that's fine. I don't want to end up pitting or like driving into pits by accident. That's gonna take forever to get out, and the time is gonna be annoying. The time lost is gonna be annoying to deal with. Stuff like that, yada yada yada. It's just that's something I want to deal with. I think course is interesting just because it's kind of twisted to me, but then it also has an entire section right here that says drive fast. Daily turns, a little bit more. You the straight section, then you're back on the twisty turny part. It's very interesting. I like D-Force though. It's definitely one of my favorite like original courses to Gran Turismo. Yeah, like it feels like point, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It feels point. Anyways, back to the race. Very much looks like I can probably end up lapping some of these people here. Nothing too major, but definitely actually, I don't know if I'm going to end up lapping. I'll probably end up close to not lapping. And even if I were to lap someone, it'd probably be just as good as 5th or 6th back after. That's not able to catch a break. Very sure that's the Subaru. Well, I'm not positive on that. I will say though, there's one track I'm not looking forward to seeing. It's going to show up here. It's Nürburgring. I'm hoping to God Nürburgring does not show up here. If it does, I might actually skip it. But yeah, I just don't want to see it here at all. Anyways, that's the 3rd race down. The person in 6th was the Subaru. I'll be right back with the bottle of water. Sorry about that. Just went to go grab a bottle of water. Definitely feel like my throat's or my voice is starting to kind of not go well, but definitely starting to give me some issues here. But for race number 4, we're on Seoul. Reverse variant of it, so we can't exactly wall ride at the start, but it doesn't change the fact that there's a giant straight right there. So I mean, we have that to look forwards to, I guess. But anyways, yeah, this Subaru is just having it rough right now. It's definitely kind of not cut out for this. He's getting 6th a lot. It's not a good fit for him to be in this event here. Oh, tried shoving me a bit. I should ram him back. Not really. Still got it. Alright, so about a minute. These races definitely feel a lot shorter than what I would expect them to be for being in the extreme events. And specifically this one requiring the fucking super license, which was like all time trials, and like the last set of like 15 licenses you have to go through. I would have expected these to be like at least 10 minutes, right? But most of these are doing like 7 to 5 minutes per race. It's weird, really. It's surreal that these kind of shorter events are still here, I guess, because I've been the last like 10 or so events I've chosen to do were all endurance events or long ass races with like GT cars and stuff like that. So having this kind of event, which is kind of more chill, more slower, not slower, but more shorter and stuff like that, it's definitely weird, but it's welcome. Anyways, I guess something I should have pointed out about the R8 specifically, and I'm sure you might have noticed, but I just haven't pointed out yet. You can see our driver actually in this car because what's it called? The cockpit's actually open here, and you can actually see the driver moving his head when I'm turning the car. I'm not too sure about if you can see his hands turning the wheel, but you can like slightly see him turning the wheel. Kind of pay attention to him turning. I think you can barely see him actually turning the wheel. But yeah, this is one of the very few cars we actually get to see the driver inside the cars. Mainly just because the cars normally have a cockpit on the inside. There's kind of like the windows, but they tint them the hell out so you can't see anything inside the car. Pretty sure most of the car models just don't have an inside like at all. They're just kind of like just empty. Definitely is weird. Kind of knowing that like most of the car models, unless they're convertibles, they're just empty. Just don't have anything really. Got text message on my phone. I looked at it for a second. That's what that said. Okay, let me actually focus back on the race here. I'm trying to see what exactly that message said. Anyways, I wonder who's in last. I'm about to lap this guy right here, whoever this is. I'm pretty sure this is Subaru. I'm very sure I'm about to lap this dude. That's because the straightaways are at a ruin this. Yeah, this is Subaru. No bad for this car, really. Because it's a good car, but it's not meant for like this event here specifically. Because even then, like without the R8, you still have LM race cars that are like way better than it. Definitely not fit for this. I'd say definitely fit more for like rally, but not so much like racing event. It is low as hell. Although with that being said, I'm about to lap to it here. The XJ220, that's interesting because I figured this car was a lot faster. It's not really. And I think the only car I'm going to be able to pass for this race is the RX-7 LM car. The thing looks weird. I think it's just the back that looks a bit funny, but nothing like a Nike 2022 that looks fucking dumb. It looks dumb. I'd say that, really. But yeah, that's it for this race here. We're almost about halfway through, so not doing too bad in terms of like just kind of getting through this event. Although it probably is the car choice, I still think that we're not doing too bad here. Definitely could be worse in terms of like how we're doing, right? But not terrible. Anyways, one whole ace spec. And we had laps on people, so that's all that matters. Okay, so kind of here. Not too sure if I'm gonna end up spending the money that I have on this profile here on anything really. I don't think there's anything like that's too expensive that I really want to get. Really, oh, fuck off 7 laps Hong Kong. Okay, yeah, we'll do this. I don't know if there's anything in the game that's really like too expensive that I want to get right now. Mainly just because no, a lot of it's just like I love cars really at this point in terms of like actually collecting the cars in the game. Unless it's like a used car model that I just slipped under my mind, or like like a supercar or something that I just haven't bothered to buy yet. I saw it was expensive. Most of the cars in this game, I think not most of them. There's definitely like a few cars. I'm just like not even like a lot of prize cars I'm still missing. I guess what I meant to say is that I think I collected a good amount of the cars that are like just kind of available easily in terms of like a used car dealerships or like the actual dealership. Yes, I am. I'm gonna stick that turn cleanly. Anyways, yeah, I think I collected most of the cars I wanted to get, at least in the series. Most of the cars that were in the used dealership, I'm assuming I got most of them. Not too sure, but I'm assuming that I got most of them. Although I did miss the 4 like all black used car variants, but that's beside the point, really. Alright, so yeah, I guess Hong Kong's not too bad in this thing. It's just I don't know, I expected it to be a little bit worse because this thing can't really turn too well on Hong Kong specifically, just because that one turn that we're about to come up to again definitely sucks for this car right here. Try just to do that slightly. Just because I kind of didn't want to try and take a turn right there. Stuck on the wall, but like not really caught up on like the physical wall or anything. I should have just been able to like kind of turn and go. I think that turned a bit too fast. Take that turn a bit too fast, but it's okay because wall riding's kind of broken, especially because there's no penalties here. Which is the good thing. There's no penalties here, so I can wall ride as much as I want and get away with it. Though this car is already kind of a bit overpowered, especially for this event here. See? how I'm gonna actually upload this video or the finale. I guess I'll actually just have it be this whole session here. I was planning on doing that, but I wasn't too sure if I should split it up into 2 episodes, but I figured what the hell, I'll just go ahead and upload this whole thing as like an hour-long special, like finale. Just to kind of send it off on a bit of a notable like length of time, right? A whole hour playing Gran Turismo, and then what's it called? A whole hour playing Gran Turismo, and then I'll just upload that, and then take forever to fucking render, but who cares? Just as long as it gets done. One last race to kind of showcase that whole straight right there, Hong Kong. That's like the most visually beautiful looking fucking thing in this game. I still think that little street right there in Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong in general is just like the most beautiful track in the game, but I just don't like the layout of it too much. I mean, look at that city skyline right there. That looks fucking crazy, especially for the PS2 era. Skybox is crazy. Sun right there makes it look crazy. So this section right here is like, eh. And then you get to like the street section, that's just even more crazy looking. Just a good looking map, honestly. It's too bad I don't lay out too much, but that's honestly fine. It's honestly fine. The layout's like, it's not the worst that it could be. It's nothing nerve-wracking. Done with this race. It took me a bit to actually get a decent time on here, but yeah, we got a minute 14 seconds here. That's our best lap actually, so definitely shaved it down a bit. Not sure if that'd be enough to get a like full, if this is actually a license test. Although I don't imagine it would be one. Got a shorter time there. Ooh. Imagine the Subaru's probably in the back, or if it's not, it's probably gonna be another car that's like good on straights, not exactly too good on corners. Like I imagine the RX-7 LF car is not the best on corners. Same thing. What was the other car back there? What's the other car that was the like notable, like kind of far behind car? Let's see. XJ220, yeah, I imagine that's probably not the best on corners. Although, actually not, it's a British car. I imagine it's probably good on corners. Alright, and now we're on the last lap. Hopefully things will, well, stay like this pretty much, just not really having to worry too much about what's it called? Don't worry too much about what do you call it? Opponents. That's the word I was looking for. Don't worry too much about the opponents themselves. Last view of the street. that, we are pretty much done the Hong Kong here. We have nothing else to really talk about with this map. Yeah, that's it for race 5. So we're officially at the halfway mark of the event. So I think I could just kind of like quit most of the races and kind of come out on top, but I don't think I will, just because it's kind of like fun to drive, honestly. This car specifically. And we're on to, oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'll be right back real quick. Sorry about that. Had a little phone call, but yeah, here we are. This is not the track I was talking about earlier, but this is definitely still interesting. This is the test course. I don't think we've actually ever seen this track. Hold on a bit. Got a phone call. Sorry about that. Had a phone call, but yeah. So I was talking about this track is interesting because it's the test track that we saw in specifically license tests, which were E1 and 2 and whatever the fuck the stopping tracks. I don't think I've ever seen this track just as a race course, I'm not gonna lie, unless there was an episode that I might have had it in, which I'm not gonna bother to go back and check for like 60 episodes, but yeah, this is definitely a track I have not seen or shown. So, so let's go ever. Looks like you got 2 new tracks I need to show you. So, test track, it's just the one level. That's all there is to it. It's definitely meant to just kind of like be like a speedy track. It's interesting to do it regardless, just because it's just long. That's all there is to it. It's just a very long track. Just meant to see kind of how fast it can go, which is interesting, but I mean, like, kind of bland in terms of to do really, just because it's not a lot much other than like drive, hold the gas pedal, don't let go, because if you do, you're gonna fall behind. Definitely, definitely interesting. Although with that said, I don't imagine this will take too long. This car is very fast. Not exactly slow enough to where I think it's more than minutes really. Yeah, a minute 50. This thing's already going very fast. I imagine it's I'll probably go back to the pool. I think I looked at the track list. I looked at the track list, and I think if I remember one of them, it was definitely. Oh shit! Okay. Chill out. Chill out. Chill the fuck out, Jesus Christ. Okay, I looked at the track list, and if I remember specifically, one of the tracks is gonna be another one of these like driving park tracks here, so that's gonna be interesting. Stopped him from getting in front of me. Can't let him draft. I was not looking at the screen when I did that. I was the text message. My family keeps trying to text me right now while I'm recording. They're in the middle of a race. I don't know if they're calling me. It's not really, not urgent. It's just kind of there has to be something. So. Turn right here, I'll probably just respond to that real quick. Too long, I'm just going to game like that. What's up? we're good. Should be fine for now. Okay, let's go. So if I remember correctly, the next track should be another one of those like driving park courses. If I remember correctly. Yep. And it's extremely interesting. My dog is crying at me, but I don't know why, because, well, she's pretty much good for right now. I took her out. Took her outside, what's it called? Probably like 15 minutes before I started recording this episode. Took her out then. She has food and water. Not too sure what she wants. That is interesting. 27 laps of the beginner course. That seems like an endurance event, except not really, just because it's kind of a... Except not really, just because it's kind of a... Not kind of, it's a very short track. So this is more like... Let me see, it says 23 seconds. It'll be like 9 minutes probably, roughly. Give or take with, what's it called? I can actually take the cut if someone doesn't get on my fucking way. Probably won't end up being too long. I don't imagine this track will actually like take up too much time. I don't know why they put the total timer up there. I think it's pretty funny that this is actually just a track that's in this entire championship. Because this is like one of the first tracks I drove. Like I drove on for this Let's Play. And see it back here, but like. At the end, what's it called? Just mixed in with all these other like late game tracks, like pretty long races and stuff like that. Like very fast cars, very interesting to see. I think in general, just kind of see this track back really. And if I remember correctly, I think that extra like new track I was talking about earlier, it has to show up on one of these next 3 races. So I know there was a track we haven't seen before in this Let's Play in the track list that was in the track issues event. So it's gonna be coming up soon here. I just don't know when exactly. I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay, but don't do that, man. Just crash the wall. Which way I want to run the driving park Ferris wheel to the background on the last turn there. If you can see it, driving park. You know, this track reminds me of a time I went to, what's it called, Circuit of the Americas, that's in Austin. I went to go do some go-karting on like a mini track there that they have at the track. It's called right beside the main stands or something, just to go watch a F1 race and stuff like that. I did mini go-karts because it was a friend of mine's birthday, and I gotta say, it shockingly reminds me of this, although not because it's like the exact layout or something like that, but mainly just because it's like a small track right next to something a lot larger. Just what that little mini go-kart is, that mini go-kart track is compared to Coda. It's a much smaller, like much smaller track than what's it called? That actual Coda is very much smaller. But it's still interesting that it's actually there. I don't know, this track just reminded me of that, honestly. The Subaru is honestly kind of keeping up on us here, being able to take 4th place instead of 6th. Although that being said, I just fucked him over. You hope, no, not really. You actually managed to recover that very quickly. I was gonna say I think I maybe actually have lapped the people in 2nd and 3rd, honestly. Oh shit. Oh, I gotta get my lap status back. I do have to say though, I do like the look of this XJ220 right here. You get like a LM variant right here. God damn it, dude. Crashing into things. Mouth is getting dry. Yeah, there's that. I feel like my voice is gonna be shot here in a bit. Or after I'm done recording this, I feel like my voice is gonna be shot tomorrow. Which is gonna suck, because I have something big going on tomorrow. We're a little bit more than halfway through this event. Not really much to say. Kind of through a lot of what this track is really about. I mean, there's not really a lot to talk about. It's a very simple track, not too much scenery, not anything really. I mean, at most you have the Ferris wheel in the back, a few buildings back here. That Ferris wheel was just like, oh, those are amusement park back there or something. Which does make me think, what the hell would a driving park be? At least from Polyphony. Like, if Polyphony, the studio that made Gran Turismo, ever did make a driving park a thing, that would be very interesting to see what the hell that would be like. Kind of like how Nintendo's doing the Nintendo Museum, which is like, how the hell would you do that? But yeah, I think honestly it would be very interesting to see what a driving park would actually be if Polyphony ever was crazy enough to actually probably do that. Which I don't think they would. They've been making Gran Turismo since like the 90s, so I don't think they're going to exactly strive out to do an amusement park. But I mean, they decided to go and just make an entire championship series about Gran Turismo, so I mean, who knows? Water, hold on. Barely managed to avoid that wall right there. Doesn't look like we're going to lap the people in first and second, but they are definitely going to end up lapping those people that are, what's it called, in the back. The three that are usually in the back anyways. It's expected, but I mean, what are you going to do, really? About like 6 laps, like 6, not too bad. I think this somehow ended up being one of the longer races in this event. Yeah, I think this somehow ended up being one of the longer events in this whole race here, which is pretty funny if you ask me. It's the fact that, what's it called? This whole... Huh? I guess I'm just kind of dumbfounded about that, but yeah, I just didn't expect someone to pit, actually. I didn't actually expect someone to pit. Why would he do that? That is a very interesting pick right there. Very, very interesting pick here. I genuinely dumbfounded. I don't know why he just ended a lap there. Yeah, people actually lapping up here. I don't. It doesn't even matter if like the tires are shredded or something like that. Like it just doesn't make sense to what's it called pit. Sure, your tires could be shredded, but the track is so damn short. It's not like it's gonna really matter. I guess they're bots. They don't really like think really. They just kind of do whatever their code tells them to do. But I mean, still, why would they code the game to pit on a track like this? It just seems dumb. All right. Well, that's race 7. Very much. What's it called? God damn it, sorry. Felt the sneeze fucking coming on. Couldn't tell if it's gonna actually come out or not. Anyways, race number 8 is Circuit de los Arts, which, as I'm sure you can tell, this is, yeah, this is the variant. I mean, I don't know what the hell is the difference between Circuit de los Arts and Circuit de los Arts 2, but I imagine Circuit de los Arts 2 is the one that actually has the giant ass cuts that you can do. Or maybe not. It looks like it's just a giant straight right now, but it's not like it's the end of the world if it's not the variant that actually has it, like the cuts or not. It's not the track's impossible to drive on if it doesn't. If anything, this race car that we have here is pretty much like a car meant for this. Is that the GT40? I don't know. I saw that. I saw the back and I wasn't too sure if that was the actual GT40 or not. I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm not too sure anyway. I'm not too sure if it is or if it isn't. Okay, no, it's just a giant straight. That's fine. Honestly, this car is just faster than any of the other cars in this event, but I mean, I would have expected it to be the version that's although with that being said, though, there are still cuts that can be done. Not exactly the best in terms of saving time, but it's still something, right? And even then, I'm still barely good. It's the end of the world if I can't exactly cut on this track specifically. Because although the cut on this track is fucking huge, it's not like it's the defining factor if I would or not. I mean, maybe just look at this thing. We would expect this thing to kind of lose to just like 4 GTs and stuff like that. No. We're on the last stretch of Circuit de los Arts. Let's see. I'm really sure I know how to drive this. I think this is specifically like. Actually, no, this is not at all like the variant that's in Gran Turismo 7, which I've been playing the hell out of recently. I guess I should say that instead of playing Gran Turismo 4 and actually recording and playing through it and stuff like that, I've just been playing Gran Turismo 7 a lot recently, and it definitely has tainted my feelings about GT4 in terms of like playing through it for like longer periods of time, right? I do love Gran Turismo 4, but man, the longer events really do kind of point out some of the things that I think are kind of in this game, like the engine sounds are like all the same, kind of like vacuum-esque stuff like that, you know. Yeah, so movement and sound are exactly the best. I think that one thing that genuinely is like I got spoiled by it was just that the haptic feedback on the PS5 controllers are fucking is insanely good. Like I can't. Sorry about that. Stretched a bit. But yeah, the haptic feedback on the PS5 controllers is fucking crazy, dude. Like it just feels good because it adds weight to the trigger. You have to push it down to actually, um, like, get it to go down all the way. Yeah, the haptic feedback on the PS5 controller feels fucking crazy. So going back to the PS2 controller, it definitely feels rough, but I mean that's just because it's the time period, right? Like PS2 controllers, nothing you can really do about it. Like this console's like 20 years old. You can't really like go back and change the controller because that's just not really how what's it called? How controllers work. But I mean, the controller still feels fine, right? Like the controller is PS2 controller is honestly really good still, considering how old it is. The only thing I don't like about it is just the triggers, which is like the main thing that I kind of felt with this Let's Play is that, since I changed accelerate to the triggers, right? It definitely does feel like rough, just because the trigger is just one single button, like an analog trigger. That sucks, but it's not like it's horrible. It still feels fine, but over time, it definitely did make it self-apparent that it was like a bit of a rough thing to kind of have on a controller. So we're about to get to the last little bit of circuit start. Almost 30 seconds of time difference here. Yeah, this RA was like made for driving the Le Mans course like this right here. I'm fairly sure that Circuit de la Sarthe was the Le Mans course. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm fairly certain, but not positive, like 100% certain that it's the Le Mans course. But yeah, this R8 was like practically made for this track, so not exactly surprising that this thing was kind of destroying all the opponents for this thing. Let me see. No, that's just an LM race car for the 4GT, the like new model of it, like the revival. Here, look like the old 4G Ford it's called GT40, but it's not. Okay, going on to our next track. I'm positive this is the track we haven't seen yet. Is it? Fuck, man. Did I get the wrong event? El Capitan Reverse is next track, but I don't know if I got the wrong event or if it's just like the last track, but I'm very sure this event had a new track we hadn't seen yet. It's 4 laps of El Capitan. Not the worst. I mean, it's not like okay, I think I can take that better. Not the worst. It's not like insanely long, but it's like fairly long, I guess. Well, I will say, I'm pretty sure all the reverse variants we haven't seen in terms of like the track list. I don't know if you've ever seen a reverse variant of El Capitan or like a seal. That was the other reverse track I haven't seen yet. I'm fairly sure. Oh, this track is fucking rough for this part here. Oh shit, I'm very glad I wasn't driving too fast there. not want to wipe out almost immediately on that track or on that turn right there. 'Cause that would have been fucking cool. Let me see. I guess I should also say that this thing is stock, right? Like I did not put any upgrades on this thing, like at all. This is just straight up the prize car that I got from one of the endurance events, I'm pretty sure. So it's pretty much just unchanged from however it was when I got it as a prize. So it's not very like it's not like very broken. Like I said, I didn't put any like turbo or superchargers on it or anything, but it definitely is still very fast. Let me see here. Got a sizable lead on everybody else. Not as far as I would have wanted, and I'm fairly sure that's because this car is kind of tough to kind of drive on this track because these kind of cars, right? The race cars don't like to brake on the grass or dirt or even like a millisecond. If you do, chances are you'll spin out and you won't be able to recover for a while. So just be careful at the end of picking up this game and then playing to the point where you get hell on cars and stuff like that. They don't like dirt. They'll fucking let you know the second you decide to accidentally brake on a little bit of dirt or grass. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. The fucking video cut out again. So, yeah, I don't know what to do at this point. Can't exactly diagnose a problem. I don't have any idea how to fix it either. Because I consider myself a fairly like techie person, but not techie as in like I know like PC parts and stuff like that. More so I know like gaming consoles and adapters and shit like that. Like, very basic, like what works with what will do, like what serves a purpose, right? Not very much into troubleshooting, so that's something I guess you know about me now. And I'm pretty sure even if I did know how to, what's it called, like troubleshoot and look into issues regarding this fucking capture card, I probably would not be able to figure out what's going on with this thing. This is such a like surreal issue that this thing is going through. I don't know what's wrong with it either. Like every HDMI port, every time I try and restart like computer or like unplug everything and re-plug it back in, and everything I try to do doesn't work. So I think it's something wrong with the internals or something like that, and I'm not too confident that I want to open this thing up and potentially ruin my only way to record. There's that. So we're about to hit our last lap here. I know I've been struggling to actually like keep on the track most of the time, but I mean I really like this track honestly. I was gonna say to be fair, but I mean it's not fair to literally try and blame it on anything else. Yeah, it's just kind of like rough to just watch this and kind of have me like take turns way too fast and then just kind of drive off the track. Blind curve one more time. Hopefully it won't crash too bad. Well, I just had to full send it, and I guess that's what I get. Yeah. Oh, not too bad. All right, and we are. Give me a second. Okay, we're done with our ninth race, which means we have only one more left of this entire Let's Play. So this will be the final race, really. And we're at a comfortable 3.7 million, about to practically hit 3.8 million, which we're gonna hit pretty much right as we get to about to do our final race here. We're just at there we fucking go. This was the track I was trying to talk about. How do you pronounce this? Cote d'Azur. I know I probably fucking butchered Italian, but yeah, it's Cote d'Azur, which is the final track that I was trying to show off here. It's an Italian coastal town, and as you can see, it's a very weird ass track in terms of layout. I am positive that this is the last track in the game that I hadn't shown up to this point. I'm very sure that I just hadn't shown this track because it just never comes up in any championships or events or anything like that. Very much kind of a elusive track here. I don't think I ever really showed this in terms of like that. Actually doing something. I don't know if it showed up in the license test or anything like that because I don't remember all the license tests off the top of my head, but if it did, then it probably was one of the S licenses or like an IA or something like that. But yeah, this track is just weird because it never shows up anywhere really. It just kind of exists, and then occasionally you see it, right? Occasionally it'll show itself, and then it'll just kind of disappear once again, and then there be hurt again. And this guy, he just fucking turned, dude. I swear to God. What's it called? The fake GT40 was fucking in my way as I was trying to turn left. It was very annoying. Anyways. You don't worry about that a little bit. Just gonna take my time slowly. Oh shit, I don't know where I'm going. Fuck. That's interesting. I just don't know I did not know where the hell I was going to be going for that. I did not know if I was going to end up driving into the pits, or if I was going to end up fucking just crashing somewhere, if I was going to end up doing any of that, or something like that. But either way, I managed to somehow try to save it. Which was pretty much just the, reversing there. I had no idea where the hell I was going, but now I know for the next lap, and hopefully the next lap will be shorter. So I know how to actually drive the track now. Hopefully. And I say that mainly just because, as much as I could just I could just quit out right here and just kind of be done with this event, and just be done with the Let's Play. I want to finish off this Let's Play with gold for the first place. Nothing like I'm not gonna exactly compromise here. I want to go for the perfect 100 on an event that, frankly, was easy, that I made easy for myself. But I wanted to be, a good finish here. So I'll go ahead and just kind of finish up this race. Good here. Minute 27 compared to a minute 40. Very good. We're on a straight. Okay, I can take it a little bit. Um, dog's staring at me even though I've given her attention. I've been petting her periodically throughout this whole thing here, so yeah, I've been giving her attention. She has pretty much everything she needs. She's taken care of right now. I don't know what's wrong, but I'm very sure I'll figure it out whenever I actually, what's it called? Whenever I actually, yeah, let's play it, or finish this episode here. A bit longer, but not too bad. Let's see. I'm so dumb right there that I did that. I don't know how the hell I managed to actually. I know why I messed up, but I just haven't driven this track before. Or if I have, it's been a very long time since I have. And yeah, I think it's understandable how I messed up. But I just know that I probably would have done better than handling it like how I did. I mean, it's not like it's serious, you know. I mean, like, being realistic here, I've already won this. Like, I don't need to even try really for this event, but I want to try, so that means I want to actually try and get some clean laps, quote unquote. Even though like half the laps have been fucking bumping into shit, like, driving practically off track, trying to cut corners and stuff like that. Very much not exactly ideal, but it's fine. I don't want to enjoy driving here in a bit. Take a actually probably the best idea here. Just a bunch of turns. I thought I'd take a drink of my water, and I realized it probably wasn't the best idea to actually probably open a bottle while I was what's called trying to take turns and shit like that. Because right now I only have my thumb, and I need the brakes to fucking do that. There we go. Hold on. Damn it. Should have waited until here to actually take a drink of water. Although with that said, my voice is feeling very shot right now. I'm not really shot. It's definitely like I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. Kind of energy on my throat, and I feel like my voice is periodically kind of getting more not raspy, but definitely like scratchy. I get. Fucking damn it. Okay. Definitely getting more scratchy. I don't know how. Every time I've taken the corner for like the past 5 laps, I've managed to somehow get caught on the corner there. I'm not taking it too sharp. I don't think I am. At least I don't think I'm taking it too sharp, but it seems like I am at for some odd reason. I guess I'm just taking it way too short. Or way too shark. Anyways, let me see here. We got about just a little bit to go. This event has shredded my tires the most, I noticed, because we're about to hit red tires, which make the car uncontrollable. It's not the worst to control, but definitely not the best either. It definitely is horrible to drive on red tires, and we're about to hit that just because this track is very twisty, turny, very much gonna shred tires if you're not, you don't have like endurance tires really. Not bad, but it's not like good either, really. Although my lead should probably be enough to really like make it to where I don't have to worry about this too much. Except for if I lose my second place. Or if I get second place and don't get the perfect 100, which would just kind of be bad because I want to actually go for that in terms of this last event here. Last straight here. Not last straight, last thing. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Yeah, you can hear the tires are spinning a lot more, struggling to actually get grip on the track here. The car feels a little bit slidey, nothing too bad. Feels like it's kind of drifting through these turns here. Yeah, that took forever to actually get grip on the track there. All right, last turn, and we are officially done. Gran Turismo 4. Like a perfect 100 on this event here. Just the 100 to end it off. I feel like that's a good way to end off the series. I'm not gonna lie. On an event also called the Dream Car Championship. That's I feel like that's pretty good. And we got 200,000. So we're ending off the Let's Play with 4 million credits. Very good, honestly. Very good event. I like the track selection on that event. I wish more events were like that, where it was like a varied track selection. I liked it. And our final prize car for Gran Turismo 4 is gonna be the Nissan GTR Concept LM race car. 2002. This is the I don't know if we got the Nissan GTR concept car, which was just the like GTR slash R35 Skyline basically, but yeah, so this is basically the race car variant of that, which is very cool to see. I think that's a very good card to end it off on. Just kind of a little card that would eventually evolve into the future and be a card that'd be pretty much present in all the like later Gran Turismo games, because these GTRs like pretty much in all of them really. A good way to kind of end it off, like a little sign of the future, I guess. So that's it for Gran Turismo 4. I'm glad I was able to make it go far. I just wish I had a better plan for this Let's Play in general, for planning out how I wanted things to go, how things would end up, right? I wish I had a better plan for all that, but it's all past me now. And that's it for this Let's Play, really. So, I guess I'll see you on the next project. Till then.